Today I'm joined by Karastyn and Anna, two seniors. Their senior years come to an end, possibly. Both 4-year Spartanettes, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
So far, what are your guys' thoughts on what's happening at school recently?
Which one of us is starting?
You can go first, Anna.
Okay. Well, I was kind of knowing it was going to happen, but I didn't think it would happen as soon as it started. Like, once I got the text from someone saying, like, hey, did you know that you're out of school till April 13th? I thought they were joking. But then I read the letter, and I was like, oh, no. And I thought it'd be, like, after our spring break, like, we would have that next week. And so at first, I wasn't really, like, worried about it. I watched Governor Holcomb's thing every day, so I know what's happening. But at the same time, I'm kind of deep down, like, this is getting worse. And I heard someone say, like, Virginia's on lockdown until June 10th. So I'm really hoping we don't have to go that far. But you never know. And I think it gives me a little fear. But at the same time, I'm like, time off.
Yeah, I remember when they first said everything, and I was like, okay, it's fine to have, like, a 2-week break. But when we were supposed to go back and they made it even longer, I think it kind of just sucks that it's our senior year and, like, we're not going to probably get to have, like, the balloon fight and the normal prom week and that kind of stuff. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I talked yesterday to Jay and LT about prom, possibly what could happen with that. I know you guys are both part of senior council. What do you guys think is likely as of now?
Yeah, we've texted, and, like, as of right now, it's on. But probably it's going to get canceled if school's canceled, But I think after prom has a couple backup plans. I think we'll have, like, our own kind of mini prom, just not a school prom, So we'll have some kind of fun, big bang, But it's kind of upsetting that it's not going to be the normal high school prom.
Yeah, I even saw, like, Collins tweeted he understands because, like, his daughter's a senior. And he said if there is any way, he will postpone it. So I think that gave us all a little bit of hope because we all thought, like, he's going to cancel it, which, I mean, half of us have already gone out and bought things.
Oh, yeah. All of us girls already have dresses.
Yeah, so it's like, and I know even if, like, some things don't work out because I know the government's declining the number each time, a group of 6 of us might just go and do something on someone's backyard. Like, we all have plans. If something doesn't work out, we're all going to be with each other that night anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you guys mentioned how you guys already bought all of your dresses. What's your guys' thoughts with that case? Are you guys going to do anything with that?
Like Anna said, I think if prom does get canceled, we'll have our own kind of mini prom. Like, we already had plans at Anna's place to, like, have before prom dinner and stuff. So if anything, we'll just have our own little dance too.
And I know.
Go ahead.
Okay. And I know, like, I'm running for Fair Queen, so I'll still get to wear my prom dress, and that could be, like, my own little promenade, I guess, because it's like, we'll have other chances. Yeah, we'll still have other chances. I might be wearing my dress every day this summer, but I'll still have a chance.
My grandma did not spend $500 for it to just hang up.
That's what I was thinking.
You guys could run for Fair Queen, and everybody from prom, like, running their dresses for Fair Queen.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
But, so I talked also yesterday about the senior balloon fight that they have every year.
I was so excited for that. Like, I have a big deuce and a half, and I was going to have him poke it, and we're going to have filled with balloons, and I'm so sad. Like, I was so looking forward to that. It's something, like, from freshman year, you look at the last day of school, and you can't wait to be a senior and do it. And it kind of sucks that that's taken away, but nothing we can do.
I was going to use my Jeep for it because mine's about the size of the deuce. So I was going to make a catapult. We already decided, Rob and I did.
Yeah, I was so, like, all those guys, I knew they would have some kind of made. Trent would have some slingshot. It would be fantastic.
Yes.
Like,
Trent's also, like, weirdly good with handiwork. Like,
that's why I thought he'd have, like, some big, huge thing. It'd be so
off the top of his tiny little car, yeah.
But, what else were you guys looking for this year that might not get to happen now?
Obviously, graduation.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have my cap and gown and walk across the stage. Like, and I know a lot for some kids, it's like the end of their education. They're not going to college and stuff, so it's a huge deal for them. Like, it's a little bit different because I'm going to college, so it's not like the end of my like education career, but still, I like to have that ceremony where my family can celebrate me getting through high school, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to miss the choir concert, which a lot of people don't really. And I know, especially in like CHS today, I'm one of the only ones that's in choir and stuff, but I've been involved with that high school choir since I was 2 years old when my mom taught there, and I would watch every single concert from backstage, and I would just remember waiting until your final when you're standing up there in your cap and gown. And that's just something I love so much. And having the fear of not having that this year, and especially it being Mr. Tyler's last year, it was such a big idea. Like, we had so many songs planned, so many big things planned that might not actually happen, which is kind of sad. Because it's like I was more involved this year than I have with others. Like, I sit in guys' choir every day. And it's like the things they were planning were pretty awesome. And if people don't get to see that, that might be really sad for the whole community.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is you guys got to live out your full Spartanets career.
Yeah.
Which is a bright side.
Definitely, we got lucky and had our senior night and everything before all of this happened. So
it was
at least
happening.
I got to close that book.
Coronavirus was happening, just not.
Yeah.
Just not as bad.
It was in China then.
But what have you guys done during all this to keep yourself occupied during quarantine?
My power. Okay. Hello? Okay. Sorry. I have played a lot with my animals. We went on walks and did that sort of thing. I've painted canvases, colored in coloring books, watched so much Netflix and Hulu. My eyeballs are fried from the screens. It's nothing to do. Like, I'm so bored.
I've done some homework because I only have one class that requires things, because the only other class I'm in is my interning stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing with that. But I've done a little bit of that. I sit at my piano every day, and I just keep watching my piano thinking something's going to come. I started writing a song, and then I lost my whole train of thought. So that was for 2 days I started writing a song. So all I've done is sit at my piano, do homework. Every day I'm outside walking or driving around, because sometimes I can't sit still for a long period of time.
Yeah, I got lucky and I only have one class, which is biology, and so like he hasn't really been doing anything, so I spend like 20 minutes a day on it and I'm fine. So school's not keeping me busy.
I mean,
bored in my room.
I'm just like you with that. I mean, until recently when I got the Creative Cloud, I've been working on that every day since then. I was like staring at a computer screen, like searching up free editing softwares.
I keep like playing different chords. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a song about death or something. Like, I just keep playing stupid things and then I find old songs that I used to play and I've fixed them like how I would normally play it, and then completely changed them, which is weird because I don't do that normally.
Because by the end of the corona, you and Nate are gonna be famous from like some big video and song. I'm like, I know him.
But you guys look back at all of your high school career, 4 years in high school, 4 years. Have you guys been best friends all those 4 years?
I mean, yeah, ever since
basically
freshman year when we both made the team, we got really close. But especially recently, like our junior and senior year, we got really close because we like, you realize the whole cliche who were true friends and who were just friends, you know. So we got really close. Yeah.
But you guys look back at that. What's one moment that you're gonna remember the most from high school?
Oh gosh,
there are so many.
Honestly, anything CHS today is always so funny. Like, always going in there is just like a safe place with Job that you can just be yourself. You don't have to worry about like being embarrassed in front of anybody or anything. So those are always the best memories. I don't know, like sitting in the back of the dance studio, just me and Anna, we'd like, you know, have a little gossip. Yeah, I took a lot of naps in there. Like, those are just the memories I'm going to remember forever.
Yeah, mine, it's a long list because I really got involved with stuff like sophomore year, like freshman year, there weren't a lot of things I remember. All I remember was like, I'm one of like 3 freshmen in vocal jazz. So that was like a memory I'll remember. But some of the bigger ones, like being president of student council, like I know that's not a lot to some people, but it's like I never thought that would be something I would do. It's like the memories I'm going to have of writing those agendas, and then Medina the whole time being like, well, that's just wrong. Like, that's what I'm going to, and then, like, all the things I've gained experience-wise, because I've been able to go to all-state choir 2 years, and I've met 249 people from just one experience singing 5 different songs. Even, like, I think being homecoming queen will probably be my top one, because that's just fun. I never thought, if you would have told me 10 years ago I would have been homecoming queen, I would have laughed.
That was such a fun week.
It was.
All the dress-up days, and finally, like,
the dress-up
ended with you and Jay being crowned, and I was like, that was such a fun week.
The dress-up weeks are going to be something, especially like Halloween week, because a lot of people don't know, but us 5 got in a really big argument about what we were going to dress up
I
as.
remember that.
Because Sophia and I had it all planned out, and the boys didn't like that. So it was a text argument for 2 days.
I remember that. I would text LT. I'm like, just do what they say, please.
Yeah,
I know you guys ended up doing it in Adam's family, right?
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, if you want to change it, go ahead. And he was like, no, it's fine.
What was their idea for possible Halloween? Was your guys'
They didn't
original?
have ideas. That's the start. They didn't.
Oh.
They just didn't like the original ideas. Like,
yeah. And they weren't going to come up with anything. And Jake had no clue what was going on. Jake just had to keep making stuff up.
I miss all of you guys. Yeah, I just want to go to Job's again. Like, I miss all of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those were the best times.
What would you guys say is probably like your earliest memory of CHSO?
Oh gosh, has to be Glow. My favorite Glow memory, the food pantry was giving out potatoes, and he was like peeling a potato for me and threw it at me, like just things like that. Glow was just a fun time. We didn't learn as much as what we did in Job's, but like it was just a fun time, and it really made you want to be able to have the knowledge he had, to have fun with it and not be all so serious the whole time. Anna?
Well, I've known Glow for a very long time. I've known him since I was little. So I was excited for the longest time to be able to be in that class. And that's always like my first earliest memory is walking in. And I remember, this is going to be really embarrassing for Jay, you and I and Lily sat next to each other. And he walked in, and she goes, who on earth is
Yes. Yes.
That's the first thing we said in that whole class. That's the first thing I'm always going to remember.
You're like, who is that kid?
Yeah. And then I remember second semester, you could tell he was done. He didn't want to be with us much longer. So we would go into the auditorium. I learned how to sew a curtain, like one of the
LT taught us that.
I sewed a curtain. I made a video for him, and I was like, what do you want? And he's like, just put this random stuff in there. Like, I'll remember him just saying, like, we're just going to have fun every day. Like, there would even be days he would say, I don't want to teach. You want to do something with me. And I was like, okay.
We'd go and sit in the auditorium the entire period and just goof off with each other. Like, it was so fun.
And that's what I'm going to remember the most is, yes, we were learning about things, but he was telling it more from his perspective, which is cool because he would tell us, like, all the baseball teams he met and, like, all these people that he started out and where they are now. And I think that's something I'll definitely remember from that whole class.
Yeah, it was kind of neat because, like, we were learning things, but, like, not a lot of things. And so when Joe came in, it was like, oh, God, what do we get ourselves into? But well, there, we made it. It's okay.
Yeah, you guys were the first class of, like, that example because I remember she came in last year, correct? It was last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And when she came in, she introduced all of Adobe Premiere and all that, the whole Creative Cloud.
And all of us had to relearn it all. I was like,
we
had doing this.
No clue.
When she said to do videos, and we were like, oh my God, we got to do iMovie, Glow, PTSD. Like,
You guys have been kind of like a monumental class, though, if you look at it. I mean, you guys were part of the 50-year celebration this year. First class to get school postponed because of coronavirus. You guys, I mean, there's been plenty of things that has made you guys' class, like, monumental. I've thought about before. It's like, it's just a weird time because, I mean, I never expected, like, one class to have so many, like, monuments.
Yeah. I remember in middle school, they would always tell us we were the worst class they've ever had pass through the middle school.
That's every middle school class. I've never met a middle schooler that it's not the worst class. Like, every time I see a new middle school class, I'm like, oh, they're terrible.
No, we top the list.
The teachers, the teachers
that's
would
something
say it.
I'm
We'd have the most write-ups, teen pregnancies, drugs. Like, we were so bad.
Yeah, we were not a great class. And
It's like, add this to the list, Corona.
yeah, it's like we're a different class compared to other people.
Well, I mean, there's been so many great things that's gone on through your guys' high school career. There's possibly many more great things that could have came out of it that you guys are gonna miss. And there's probably been great people that you guys have met along the way. So with that, who would you guys want to say goodbye to that you may not get the chance to now that school is out?
Oh, I think like most of the CHS crew, I've obviously grown close with, but I think a lot of us will stay in touch. I mean, like, even if it's just once a month saying, hey, what's up? I think a lot of us will still know what's going on in each other's lives, but it's not going to be like the same when we're all in the room together and goofing off and that kind of stuff.
I'm going to miss, who am I going to miss? A lot of the younger classmen. It's weird because I have a very special bond with them because all those little boys in that freshman class have been to my house. And it's like, I'm going to miss watching all the games and stuff with all of them, and like even younger classmen that I've helped in other classes and stuff, and they look up to me that like the way I used to look up to certain people. So I think that's something I'm going to miss them because I hope I've helped them the way that I was helped. And so hopefully like in the years coming that they're doing amazing and I get to watch that when I'm in college and seeing all of them do their thing.
Yeah, that's one cool thing about being a senior. You never think about like all of these people looking up to you, and when you hit senior year, you feel it. Like everything that you do is getting watched, and I think I'm gonna miss that because, I mean, it was a little bit of pressure. Like you got to be your best self, but like it was cool having a lot of people come to you for advice and that sort of thing. And I don't think I'm ready to start back at the bottom of the totem pole as a freshman. Like, I'm definitely gonna miss that.
You guys mentioned underclassmen, how you're gonna miss them. What advice do you guys have for those underclassmen?
Ooh.
Goodness.
Just put yourself out there, but remain true to yourself. Because you want, everyone's like, oh, be involved, all this stuff. It's like, you don't have to be involved in 1,000 things. Just make sure you are known around. Because it's like, even if you're just in one class and you love what you're doing in there, make sure you're known. Make sure that teacher knows might be something you want to do with the rest of your life. That's what I did with a lot of mine. I was like, listen here, I want to do this. Like, you have to put yourself out there because you'll be looked, they won't care if you don't say anything. Sometimes they just look and they
you'll be 100% looked over. Like, you got to put yourself out there. If you want this opportunity, if you have to go and get it and not wait for other people to go to you. Get it, take control of your own life and do it. And don't be afraid and shy because, I mean, I was shy to go into CHS today. I'd sit in the little desk and not do anything, and I finally opened myself up and I had the best time. So, like, it's all your mentality. You have to have fun with everything you do. Like, if you go into it with, oh, I'm going to hate this, or I don't like these people, or you don't know anybody, you got to make friends and just have fun.
Yeah, I mean, on a good note, you guys ended off what could possibly be the end of your CHS Day career off right. You guys did the Crawdad video.
Yes.
Yeah, Clarence.
Yeah, I remember
Clarence
that.
Sorry about that. Clarence did die.
Oh,
Will went to dump him and didn't realize the rock was still in there, and the rock went straight on Clarence.
Oh, poor kid.
Started to smell. We had to get rid of him.
I went into Will's room the other day and it still smelled bad. I was like, dude.
But that's like, even if that is our last show, I'm glad that I got to even like do weather on there because that's what I wanted to do. And it's like, I'm glad I got to do the thing I loved. I know there were people that hated the jobs they had that week, and it was a short week for us because we had competition that week.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I'm glad I got to end with a video about a stupid crawdad and do the thing I do the most. So it's like, it's still a good show.
It's like, I'm glad Job let us have those kind of memories, because if it was all professional all the time, it wouldn't be as fun as it is now.
Yeah.
So it's glad that we got to end with that, and I'm really glad we got to get a competition before, because like that was something I looked forward to all year, and it was fun with the group of kids we were with. Sweaty armpits and all, Nate.
Oh yeah, I remember from competition. I was going hard in the music. But in the last year, Shane, he handed off the rights to Weather Time to you.
Yeah.
Have you had any thought who you're going to hand over Weather Time to?
Well, I don't think I'm allowed to decide that, because I remember when last year at competition I was able to go, because Job had to pick a group of people and she asked me to go. And there was a class for meteorology, and it was Sean Ash, the Channel 13 guy.
Yeah.
And she told me to go to it because she said, I want you to try weather next year, because I've wanted an interest in that for a while. So we've kind of talked about it, and I think Cole's going to be, Cole and Bailey maybe. I really don't know. I wanted to go on the roof again and pass it off.
Oh yeah, you guys, you should have made that like a tradition, man.
It's so cool to get on that roof. Like, I didn't think there was a way to get on there, and then getting up there was the scariest experience of my life, and then being there, it was kind of cool, and I really wish I was able to do that again if I get the chance. If not, I'm sneaking into the school and getting on the roof. I know where the stairs.
I'll be the videotaper.
Yes.
I took Landon's spot. Landon was, the camera person and the editor. I took his spot in weather.
Yeah.
But you guys, so you got handed down. You have to hand down Weather Time eventually. But on the bright side, you did kind of get away off with that. You placed second in competition for anchoring. What was that moment like when you heard that?
Well, I'm going to backtrack. When I found out I was a finalist, I thought that was crazy. Because I remember that was a very big day for me. I had my state contest that day for choir, and I literally was sleeping in the car on the way home, and I got a text from Job, and she's like, hey, good news, you're a finalist. And I never thought that would happen. Like, we all knew LT would be a finalist, but I just didn't think
I literally was so excited. LT texted me that actually I was on the phone with LT when he got the text from Job, and I was so excited for you guys. I was like, congratulations.
Yeah.
So excited.
And working up to that moment was very nerve-wracking for me. I remember doing our practice stuff, and I literally came from my interning class that day, and she's like, okay, 30 minutes and go. So I started reading my script, and then LT kept messing up on his. So then she's like, do you just want to go in? I was like, yeah, sure. And we both, the first practice we had, it was rough. I was in tears because I was so mad at myself.
It was such a hot mess. Both of you guys spent like not even the full 30 minutes, like not even 15 minutes reading over it. Yeah. I was doing teleprompter, and they kept getting mad at themselves. So
and then I kept coming in like every 5 minutes.
They kept
getting mad at me.
I just remember I would sit and look at the camera, and I was like, I could just see. But then once we got to competition, I didn't feel as nervous there as I do normally at the home studio. And it's a very smaller desk, like only one person can sit at, and the cameras are probably right here where my hands are. So it's like you had to be up close and personal with that teleprompter. And I was the first person to go, so I was scared out of my mind. But I was also the only person that got practice time by themselves, because they overlapped us 15 minutes. So I had 15 minutes just to myself. And so that was good for me, which I think helped a lot. But I remember Job said she watched me do it, and she said I did it better and I did things differently that she didn't think I would do. Like, I talked a lot more with my hands and other things and learned how to do it well. So that made me feel better. And I just remember sitting in that reserve section, and then they called third, and I was like, there's no way. And then they called second, and I just remember my whole body just started shaking.
And you were shaking when you came down. You come up the stairs and you were shaking, and me and Trent were like, we got you.
I was walking up there, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Being a finalist is cool, because he said there were over 200 submissions. So being top 6 is cool, but then even being second and then being the top female, I think that was the best part of it.
I don't think I even paid attention to my first 2 classes, because I was texting Joe and I was texting you and LT, and I was like, how you doing? What is it? And I was texting Casey, your mom, and I was like, Oh my god, I was so nervous for you guys, and then finally, like, you guys sang it, I was like,
Yeah, but I just remember that moment there will help me be a better broadcaster.
Yeah.
Just remembering that moment and getting that award and be able to get myself out there, like, listen, I was in 2020 top female broadcaster. It's like, that's going to be something that's cool to bring on.
I remember whenever I saw the news, I was like, my face like dropped. I was like so happy about it. I remember my mouth dropped. I whispered to Mr. Lather. I tapped on his shoulder. I was like, I know we'd get it. I was like, we have really great anchors. I was like, and then you mix that with like graphics from prep school, we'd be top broadcasting school in the nation. I was like,
it was crazy because I would sit there and I was like, I didn't think I said being top 6 was perfectly fine with me. It's like, and I would never know if I was top 6 if I was 4th, 5th, or 6th. And it's like, all I want to do now is see how I did. Because I felt like a whole different person talking. And what helped is the people in there were so calm and nice to me. Then they're like, you're awesome. Like, every time I speak, and I was like, oh, my heart. Like, that's what helped, having that supportive people that I didn't even know them. So that helped me a lot with it.
I remember when Job got the email of who would sit in, like, the select, like, the up top. Oh, my God, we were so excited. Like, I was just so proud of everyone. Like,
I remember we had the fire drill that day, and she ran outside. She's like,
and Sandy was there, and we were like, Sandy, we placed.
So I know you're going to Ball State, and Karastyn, I think I saw the other day where you're going, but it kind of faded.
Yeah, I'm going to Eckerd College. I'm going to be majoring in marine science, not marine biology. For all you haters, I'm going to be it's weird because it's a private school and it's in Florida, so it's different than Indiana schools, but it's pretty much double majoring in marine biology and marine chemistry. This quarantine has given me a chance to like get to know some of the students, so I think I've picked out a potential roommate, that sort of thing. So I'm starting to do those steps towards Eckerd, which is kind of sad because I feel like I'm not closed here at CHS yet, but.
Where is that located by? Is it in-state or?
It's in St. Petersburg, Florida. So like literally our dorms are right on the Ocean Bay. It's beautiful there. So excited for it.
Have you visited there yet at all?
Yeah, over the summer I was lucky enough and I got picked to spend a week there. So I like got to sit in on a couple classes, go out with professors and that sort of thing. And after that week, I came home and I was like, Mom, I love it there. This is where I want to go. So, yep, I went there. And then a few months ago, me and my mom went to tour it because I had to bring the mom, of course. And she fell in love with it too. So we actually last night I took my Sparknet sticker off of my car and put my Eckerd College one on.
Anna, I know you're majoring in broadcasting. You're going to NewsLink for Ball State.
Yep.
What are you looking forward to about that?
Well, a lot of different things because I love that David Letterman building. So I'm pretty excited to explore more of that side and stuff. And I've heard the cool internships that I can get once I'm like a junior and senior. And it's like I've heard Job talk about her time being at Ball State for that. So I think that's cool. And well, my first broadcasting is a double major for telecommunications and journalism, but then after that, I'm going to get my major in meteorology. So I think that's going to be cool because it's like I've watched weather and stuff just a little bit, like doing the graphic, but being able to like watch a radar and actually understand what it is all doing and all that stuff. Sadly, I was going to go tour it, but we're not now because I've been stuck in quarantine because I had my admit day like this Friday and they canceled it. So it's kind of sad that it's like, well, I don't get to see it, but I'm hoping over the summer I'll get to go see and know that this is what I'm doing the rest of my life.
I'm so excited to like see everyone's path they're taking and text them like post like at college and be like, how is it? Were you scared out of your mind? Yeah. Like it's gonna be so exciting to see where everyone ends up.
Yeah.
So you guys look at teachers. They've helped you all throughout your guys' high school years. What teachers do you guys think you're gonna miss the most?
Obviously Job, because she's just like my miniature therapist. Because she's just someone I can relate to a lot. And if it's life or school or Sparknet, drama, I always came to her, so I'm definitely going to miss her with my therapist. But Mr. D, Mr. Downripple, he really, like, my freshman year, I think it was my sophomore year, when I took chemistry there, it kind of, like, really opened up my eyes that, oh, this is kind of what I want to do and what I want to go in. So I do want to, like, I want to give him a thank you, and I was going to do that on the last day of school, but here we are. But, like, he really helped aid me in the direction that I'm going to. I'm going to miss Laura Davis, L. Davis. Man, she was just a funny person. I'm going to miss her a lot. I'm going to miss all of the scheduling. Like, by the time you're a senior year, you know all the teachers. So you go into this schedule of per second, but, like, you can walk past your teachers and say hi to them and that sort of thing that I'm going to miss a lot, having those relationships already built with them.
I'm going to miss all of my teachers that I've had. And what the cool thing is a lot of those teachers teach different courses that you need. So it's like, I've had some of those teachers. I had Mr. Tyler all 4 years, and I had him for 3 different classes. And it's like, it's cool with all those teachers. Like, I know I'm going to miss Joe, but I'm going to see her because I'll be with Ball State and all that jazz. Thompson, like Ban Thompson, I had him 1 semester as a teacher, and we go to church together and stuff, and I absolutely love the way he teaches. And that's definitely something I'm going to miss because it's a whole different aspect than what I normally watch. L. Davis is going to be my top that I'm going to miss because she told me in our speech class in the Davy Awards, if we were in high school together, we would be best friends. So every day we pass each other, and it's like, hey, girlfriend. That's what we say every single time. And she taught me, like, especially during speech, to be passionate about certain objects, but know that other people might not agree with you. And you have to make sure you have that information to back it up. And it's like, she's definitely one I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss Paula Schaus. Like,
forgot about Paula.
I learned a lot from her, and I also learned a lot from the other students, which is definitely going to be something to miss. I'm going to miss Glow. Even though he's not a teacher, he's still at school every day.
Yeah, he was always there.
He gets your shoulder and pulls you down. So it's like, and I'm going to miss Mr. Tyler because I've known him my whole entire life. And I remember when I tried out for All-State my freshman year and I didn't make it, he told me, he's like, take my piano class. I already reserved a spot for you. He's like, this is how it's going to help you become a better musician. And that's something I always remember. He always made sure that I was prepared for anything that I needed. Like, I told him, I was like, hey, I'm trying out for a show choir of All-State. What do I need to sing? What suits me best? And it's like, that's what I'll always remember about him. He made sure what was best for my voice and what I can and can't do. So that's something I'm going to miss because he was not only just a crazy choir teacher that said stupid things all the time, but a mentor in that aspect.
Yeah, I think every teacher had their little impact on all of us.
Yeah.
So.
Sadly, we're done now. I mean, we're about out the 40-minute limit. I mean, it was an amazing interview. I'm going to miss you guys so much. You guys are 2 very amazing people. We've had great talks in Job's class. I really look up to you guys. Every one of you guys, every one of you seniors, you guys all build a part in every one of these underclassmen's futures. Thank you guys so much for coming on. You guys have anything last to say?
Well, hopefully we'll see each other in Jobs again, fingers crossed. But it's just going to be exciting to see where everyone ends up.
I want to do a big Zoom with the CHS Today class. That's like one of the
I
last
know. We need to start.
We could do a CHS Today episode through Zoom.
Yeah.
Have Anna do the weather, point at her phone.
Yeah.
Have up an iPad and be like, today it's going to be 50 and sunny, and then throughout the evening.
Yes.
We might have to get on band and make that a thing.
Yes. Well,
we'll have to let her know after this call about that.
I think the one thing I'm going to let people know, dang it, what is it? I lost it. Just have fun and know that the moments that you're in right now might be taken away. Like, we didn't get to have our Winter Sports Awards. Like, it was the week before. Like, there are certain things, and there are a lot of questions that are unanswered. And it's just have fun in the moments you're in right now. Because you may hate this quarantine, but it's going to be better for all of us. And it's just like, and I saw this thing where someone was like, seniors now are complaining, but it's like, seniors back in the 60s were going to Vietnam, which I understand is hard, but like right now for us, this is something that's hard. And we'll laugh about it at our class reunion because it's like, we were the class that didn't have school for half a year. They don't cancel school. We've had a 5-month summer vacation. So it's like, that's going to be something funny to relive, and I'm glad we're living in the moment now.
Yeah,
not
so
letting it.
you gotta take the positives out of everything. Like, yeah, we get it, this is a bad situation, but you gotta look at the positives of it, or else you're just gonna be unhappy and depressed all the time. So, like, you gotta have fun with it all.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. You guys have the best futures ahead, I guarantee it. This is possibly one of the last times we get to see each other before the school year is supposed to end. I'll miss you guys. You guys are truly amazing. Thank you guys so much for doing this interview with me. And,
you're so welcome, bud.
And if you are a senior and you'd like us to cover your story through interview, just message CHSA on Instagram, and we'll cover your story next. Thank you guys so much for coming on. It was great.
Thanks.
Thanks.